All right, so for some fast ways to make some cash, Scott, let's go to the OIH. Dipped below recent lows on Monday, but managed to recover somewhat. Oil is also up today. All the commodities are up today, by the way, despite a stronger dollar as well. Is it finding that support?
Yeah, well, the OIHs did a little bit of a red dog reversal. It pushed through the lower pivot, came back above. Didn't show the power, I would have thought, on some type of reversal, but somewhere long. Okay, versus yesterday's low. And finally, if it can get maybe above yesterday's high of about 142.15, it can get a move back to 145. But until it breaks this long-term descending channel, which is around 150, or maybe this short-term, I still think that it's going to be very sluggish. I'd rather wait to see it start to get above this area. But if you want to buy it in the hole, you could buy it down here, but don't add to it until we start seeing it start to work. I like to add to positions when they're working, not when they're moving lower.
All right, we have a lot of stocks and not that much time. Let's go to Nike. Solid quarter, grew revenue, controlled cost, forward sales, beat estimates. How are you going to be handling the stock today?
Nike I'm going to avoid. I think it's just added some nice headlines to the economy. That's, some earnings are going to come out good. Obviously, the stock that we love has been LULU. LULU is at all-time highs. It's good to see one of these momentum stocks let go. 2 new highs. I think Under Armour is something I might watch today for some cash flow, so I want to show you why. Technically, stock right now is flagging real well.
So LULU's run too much, right, before we go to Under Armour? That's run too much for now?
Yes, it's a little extended.
So
I wouldn't
Under Armour
add.
might be your Me Too play.
Yeah, Me Too. I love the Me Toos. Here we go. Actually, I love the leaders, but a Me Too could be happy also. This was your last buy. If Under Armour can get above this 75, I think it fills this gap to about 77. That would be just my trade here.
And Chipotle setting a new all-time high for the second consecutive trading day. I mean, obviously you've missed this for the long term, but what's the trade there?
I think the trade there is to show you that some key stocks, strong stocks, could still make new highs even if the market isn't ready for a rally. So that means you have to stick with the haves and not the have-nots. CMG is a little extended. I would avoid, but just note that it can happen.
And our lights just went out, so we're kind of shooting in the dark here.
It's all right.
Go with us here, guys. All right, and we want to round this out with DELL having an Analyst Day Tuesday and Wednesday. We're looking for some short-term direction on this stock, but I have to say the tone is expected to be positive in the meeting. Do you need to sit on the sidelines here? I mean, we're waiting for any sort of hints if gross margin expansion can actually continue, PC sales growth, M&A activity. We're waiting for all these kind of things. So you wanted to wait on the side?
Well, just to show you how out of play DELL's been, I don't even know what it looks like. I know Oracle, that's been one of the chosen ones, their earnings weren't great, or they were okay, and it held to 200. I think that this one is an avoid. I would just see what the company actually says as far as the landscape of earnings for hardware for that sector, and I don't think there's much firepower here.
And watch those gross margins. And Accenture added to the S&P 500. We heard that at the end of the close on Monday. Is there a trade here today?
Let's take a look. I love that they sponsor all my races. Oh, look at this. This does look good. This has a tight range. It follows all my rules, above the 200, above the 50. Close to a breakout. I think you could trade this for cash flow once it gets above 58 and holds. Did have a move from 54, so it might not happen today, but over the next few days, especially as it's added, it could definitely see another breakout.